My name is Lisa, and I live with my husband, Vaughn. Due to pressure from my in-laws, we started trying to conceive from the beginning of our marriage. However, as it was taking a while to conceive, I became worried and decided to discuss something with Vaughn. Hey, Vaughn, I have something I want to talk about.
Oh, a discussion. Seems like every time you bring up a serious topic, it's never anything good.
Well, it's about our fertility efforts. Can I talk to you about it?
Fertility, okay, let's hear it.
Well, we've been trying hard, but it's not happening, right? So, how about we both get tested? If there's nothing wrong with either of us, at least we can be relieved.
No way, I refuse.
Come on, don't just dismiss it like that.
I don't want to do it. Why should I have to take such a test?
But we're not conceiving at all. I'm worried. Maybe one of us, or perhaps both of us, might have an issue.
There's nothing wrong with me. If you want to do it, go do it yourself.
That's why I'm saying, if we do it, let's do it together. When I suggested to Vaughn that we should get tested, he predictably reacted negatively. However, due to my many concerns, I somewhat forcefully took a reluctant Vaughn to the hospital. There, we received a shocking diagnosis. No way, this can't be true. One of my ovaries has cancer?
See, I told you it was your problem. Wait, cancer isn't contagious, right? I'm safe, aren't I?
Wait, what are you saying? I have cancer. You could at least show a little concern.
It's not cancer, it's just a suspicion of cancer. It's still just a possibility, right? Plus, we need a re-examination at a larger hospital. Things will become clear there, so there's no point in worrying about it now.
Maybe that's true, but after the tests at the hospital, it was highly suspected that one of my ovaries had cancer. Vaughn showed no concern for me, who was in shock, and was very cold. Despite my growing distrust of Vaughn, I went to a larger hospital for further testing.
Lisa, regarding the tumor in your ovary, there's no doubt it's ovarian cancer. It is advisable to remove the ovary as soon as possible.
Ovarian cancer, removal of the ovary.
I know it's tough, but if we don't remove it, there's a risk the cancer will spread. Honestly, even with its current size, there's not a zero chance of it spreading.
Is that so? Is there no other way to treat it besides removal?
If we don't remove it now, it will allow the cancer to progress. Even if we remove it later, if the cancer has progressed, the chance of recurrence within 5 years jumps to over 70%.
That high. But removal is so extreme.
I understand your anxiety. I'd feel anxious too if I were in your place. However, surgery is essential for a better future for you. Ideally, we'd like to perform the surgery within a week.
I see. Okay, please go ahead. After a re-examination at a major hospital, I was officially diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Since then, everything moved quickly towards surgery, and before I knew it, it was the day of my hospital admission. On the day of admission, the female doctor who was in charge of my case came to my room.
That's the plan going forward.
Yes, I understand.
In our hospital, a skilled surgeon will perform the operation. I will take responsibility for monitoring your progress after the surgery. I can't say don't worry, but please trust us.
Doctor, thank you.
By the way, the other day my daughter.
The doctor explained the outline of the surgery and the general postoperative process, and then made small talk. Her kindness, trying to relax me in my nervous state, was somewhat comforting. After the doctor and my parents, who had accompanied me for the admission, left the room, Vaughn and my in-laws came in.
Hey, if you have your ovary removed, you can't have children anymore, right? But both I and my parents want children, you know that, don't you, Lisa?
Yes.
There's no point in continuing as a couple if you can't have children, and we've been fighting a lot lately, right? I don't want a life without children, so let's get divorced.
Is this a divorce paper? It's already filled out. Why so suddenly?
I've been patient for years, it's not sudden. And this is what happens when you force me to get tested. Don't you think you owe me an apology? Honestly, you should be the one suggesting a divorce.
But there's still a chance to get pregnant if we preserve one ovary.
We looked it up, but apparently that increases the risk of metastasis. Besides, there's a possibility it has already spread, right?
Are you planning to jeopardize our son's future with such uncertainty?
I plan to undergo chemotherapy and have regular checkups.
Shut up. I'm saying we don't need a barren woman like you. Get a hint.
How can you say that?
Here's some consolation money. I've already decided on a new wife, so don't get involved with us anymore.
Thus, I signed the divorce papers while crying and slammed them into Vaughn's hands. Vaughn and his parents, looking pleased, quickly left the hospital room. Years later, while Lisa was at the hospital for a regular checkup, she encountered a familiar figure approaching her.
Hey, long time no see. Are you here for a checkup too? Does that mean your surgery went well? That's good to hear. Are you still holding a grudge about that time? I was wrong back then. I remarried, but actually, things aren't going well for me now. You're ignoring me, but at least you're listening. Actually, I'm having surgery tomorrow. When we got tested together, they found I had a mild varicocele. I was told it was okay to watch and wait, so I ignored it, but it got worse. Ah, I see, it's like you're speechless, right? And now, my wife and her parents are blaming my illness for infertility. Her parents run a company and are desperate for an heir, so they were pressuring me. Then, they blamed my illness for the infertility and just discarded me.
What goes around comes around.
Ha? Did you say something? Well, whatever. So, how about we, both infertile, get back together? I don't care about having kids anymore.
You've been going on and on by yourself. Just so you know, I'm not infertile. I kept one ovary, and it hasn't metastasized. And I have no intention of getting along with you. As I rebuffed Vaughn's strange proposal, I was called in for my appointment at just the right time, so I quickly left. Vaughn seemed to be saying something, but I ignored everything. A week later, while I was visiting my parents' house, Vaughn and his parents suddenly showed up.
Good, Lisa, you're here.
What? Why did you suddenly come here?
I heard from my son. You had a successful surgery and can still have children, right? Since then, my son also had successful surgery. Please remarry him.
What? What are you talking about?
You've heard from our son, right? Vaughn is really hurt now. The only one who can understand his feelings is you, who has been through something similar.
Something similar. What are you talking about?
Don't get so worked up. Meeting again at the hospital that day was fate. It's like a drama story, two people in similar situations unexpectedly reuniting, right?
Don't confuse drama with reality. And I told you last time, didn't I? I have absolutely no intention of getting along with you.
That was a week ago, you must feel different now. Besides, you went through all that trouble to save an ovary. It would be a waste not to have kids.
Exactly. Lisa's parents must also be eager to see their grandchildren, right?
Yes, showing grandchildren is the best form of filial piety.
I agree. And I realize I still love Lisa. I was sure of it when we met again. So, even if we don't have children, I'm totally fine with it.
Vaughn, what are you saying? Children are absolutely necessary.
That's right. What do you mean by not showing us grandchildren?
As these people who came to my parents' house uninvited continued to speak their mind with arbitrary logic, Enough with all this nonsense. Please stop it.
Oh my, that startled me.
What's this all of a sudden? Don't raise your voice like that.
Lisa, why are you angry?
Are you serious? You really don't understand why I'm angry?
No, I understand. It's because, we've been too loud, right?
That's not it at all. You just said earlier that I'm the only one who understands Vaughn's hurt feelings, right? How dare the very person who hurt me say something like that?
Oh, you're angry about that? Hey Mom, that's the line you said.
I agree. Mom should handle this.
What are you two doing? Lisa, it's not like that. What I meant was, back then, I didn't intend to.
Then tell me, with what feelings did you hurt me? And it's not just you, Vaughn and the rest are also to blame. Don't act like you're not involved.
No, it's different. Back then, I was too obsessed with having children and couldn't see anything else. I didn't mean to hurt Lisa like that. Please understand.
I'm the same. I didn't mean any harm.
I don't care about your intentions. What I felt at that time is what matters. And I didn't undergo surgery for you. I don't want to see your faces anymore, so please leave.
Hey, calm down. Think about it. You'd definitely be better off remarrying me. If you're with me now, having gone through similar experiences, it will surely work out.
That's right. Since we've overcome the same difficulties, we can surely start over.
Yes, and since you preserved your ovary, it would be a waste not to have children.
Despite my clear refusal, Vaughn and his parents showed no signs of backing down. So, I decided to correct their misunderstanding. You've been talking to me as if I'm single, haven't you? But as for remarrying, I've already done that, and I even have a child now.
What? Remarried? A child?
What does this mean? Then why are you at your parents' house?
You're living single at your parents' house, aren't you?
I just happened to be visiting my parents when you all coincidentally came.
What's that about? You never mentioned you remarried when we met last time, did you?
Why should I have to tell you something like that? Back then, I was just being bothered by my ex-husband, wasn't I?
Bothered? That's a harsh way to put it.
Saying you've remarried, it's surely a lie.
Yes, she must be just bluffing.
Mommy, what's going on?
It's noisy. What happened?
Kids, and a man who looks like a husband.
Could it be? She really did remarry.
No, we can't be sure yet. This child could be a relative's.
Why don't you just accept it? Let me introduce you. This is my husband Noah and our daughter Madison, whom I gave birth to.
Hello, I'm Madison.
Hi. Lisa, what's this situation?
Seeing Madison and Noah, Vaughn and his former in-laws were confused. After I explained the situation to equally perplexed Noah and Madison.
You've got to be kidding. Have you forgotten why you got divorced in the first place? And now you show up at her parents' house demanding to remarry. What kind of mindset do you have to be able to say such absurd things?
That's right. That uncle there, he's just reaping what he sowed. Because he was mean to Mommy, now he's in big trouble.
What? Don't joke around. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? There's no way I can admit that all this happened because of one thing I said in the past.
Keep talking. You said terrible things to Lisa, and now it's come back to bite you. If this isn't karma, what is? Maybe it was a stroke of luck that someone like you didn't have children.
What the hell? Do you know how much pain I've been through?
Vaughn has been deeply hurt by this whole ordeal. You have no right to say anything.
A stranger has no business lightly touching on another person's emotional scars.
You guys are now strangers to Lisa too, so don't you dare touch her wounds.
You came here without thinking about Mommy's feelings, right? Then you have no right to say anything. I won't forgive anyone who hurts Mommy. Please leave our house.
You think I'm going to back down after being ridiculed like this? It doesn't matter anymore. Divorce him and remarry me, Lisa.
Like I would do that. I'm very happy now, blessed with a daughter. And no matter what, I refuse to remarry someone like you.
So you're saying Vaughn doesn't deserve happiness?
A woman who can't make Vaughn happy can't possibly build a happy home.
Enough. Don't think saying such ridiculous things will get you what you want. You are the worst people who left Lisa when she needed help the most. You should be grateful we're letting you off with just a few harsh words. If you don't leave, I'm calling the police.
Mommy has a little brother in her belly. You can't stress her out. Don't make Mommy feel bad anymore.
If you don't leave, I'll call the police, and I'm ready to take this further. I will never forgive what happened that day. If you understand, then leave, and I never want to see your faces again.
What? We're supposed to be comrades in suffering, aren't we?
Yes, that's why you two should be together.
Please remarry Vaughn. I beg you.
I can't be with people who only think about themselves.
If you're so desperate to remarry, find someone else.
Don't come back again. Bye-bye.
So, I was hated this much.
What should we do without this? We won't have grandchildren.
Will we never see our grandchildren's faces in our lifetime?
Thus, Vaughn and his former in-laws left my house with gloomy faces. After that, Vaughn and his parents never came to see us again, and our family of 3 lived happily. Vaughn, shocked by my rejection, began to shut himself away at home, reflecting on his life in a depressive state. Realizing how terribly he had treated me and overwhelmed by the stress of his parents' constant desire for grandchildren, he eventually left this world. His parents, discovering what had happened, found a letter near him. Realizing the immense stress they had put on their only son in their desire for grandchildren, they soon followed in Vaughn's footsteps. In this way, Vaughn and his parents, who had always acted selfishly without self-reflection, couldn't bear the weight of their guilt and chose the worst way out. As for me,
Hey Lisa, can I talk to you about something?
Mommy, Madison has something to ask too. Is that okay?
what's up with both of you? Are you planning something strange?
Something strange? Well, not at all.
It's a really sweet and fluffy request.
Oh, is this about some kind of dessert?
Do you know about French toast? I want you to make that.
Of course, I know, but is that what this discussion is about?
I want it made with pancakes, not bread.
French toast with pancakes. I see. Indeed, it's really delicious.
Looks like Mommy has tried it before, Madison.
Daddy, Madison hasn't eaten it yet.
So it seems, she's been secretly eating it alone.
No, it's just that I had some extra ingredients.
So, which one did you like more?
It might depend on the person. I personally like French toast with French bread the best.
Madison, seems like Mommy has been quite the French toast connoisseur.
Madison wants to eat lots too.
Then how about we have a French toast party next time? Since then, our family has been living peaceful days. Today, we decided to have a French toast party at Madison and Noah's request. French toast can have different flavors depending on the type of bread used, and I had been quite into it for a while. Hearing about this, Madison started asking to make French toast with various types of bread. While it sounded fun, I had my doubts about using naan. Noah, with a big smile, was also pushing for naan, so I suppose he'll eat it all if we actually make it. And so, our family continues to find small joys every day, spending our time happily.
My name is Bianca. I married my beloved husband, Rodolfo, a few years ago. Our marriage is still going strong, but at the behest of my in-laws, we're currently living with them in their family home. I used to work for a certain company, but it was quite far from my in-laws' place. This led me to quit my job and start working from home. Thankfully, my work is going smoothly, but...
Oh my, Bianca, are you playing with that strange machine again? If you have time to spare, you should spend more time on household chores.
Mother-in-law, this is a laptop. And I'm not playing, I'm working.
Oh, really? Work is something you do by dressing up in a suit and going to the office, isn't it? Claiming this as work is like telling a lie that's easily caught. Don't you think it's disrespectful to Rodolfo, to me, and to your father-in-law?
That's why I am using this to work from home.
Enough. Stop making excuses.
Despite my explanations, my mother-in-law just doesn't understand the concept of working from home. On the other hand, Rodolfo and my father-in-law.
Wow, it's amazing that Bianca can work from home. Old folks like me can't work unless we go to the office.
There might be a transfer in the future, and besides that, she switched to a home-based job because we started living with my parents. I really think I'm lucky to have such a wonderful wife.
I'm not that special. My mother-in-law often makes snide remarks, but my husband Rodolfo and father-in-law understand my job. Having both of them around makes this living arrangement bearable. Amidst this, it was decided to build a new house because the in-laws' place is old. I thought we could live without problems until we moved. But in daily life, my mother-in-law is still the same.
Hey, I told you to clean the bathroom.
I'm in a meeting right now, so I can't leave my room.
What kind of meeting? Aren't you just playing around? Hey, you people on the screen, you're adults, right? Stop playing with video calls during the day and get some serious work done.
Hey, mother-in-law. Please, I'm really in a meeting, so leave the room for now. I'll clean the bathroom later, I promise. After my father-in-law left, I apologized to my colleagues in the meeting. Everyone laughed it off saying, that must be tough. So there were no major issues. Then, one day, we had a visitor at home.
Playing on the computer all day must be easy for a full-time housewife, right?
Della, this is me working from home, not playing.
Home-based work is for, really exceptional people, right? It's something only a very few special people can do, isn't it?
Then there's no way Bianca could do something like that.
That's not true. I think anyone who can use a computer can do it nowadays.
No way. You don't have to pretend to be more than you are.
She is Della, Rodolfo's younger sister. Della, younger than Rodolfo, lives and works in the neighboring town. However, she, like my mother-in-law, didn't understand the concept of working from home. Despite Rodolfo and my father-in-law's admonishments, her attitude didn't change. Then, one day, some time later.
Huh? Della, why are you in my room? And what is that? Why is my computer like this? It's broken.
Though I borrowed it to play a game, but it didn't work.
I don't recall lending it to you.
I mean, it asked for a password, and I couldn't use it.
That doesn't mean you break it like this.
You know how you hit old TVs when the screen flickers, right? I remembered Mom doing that, so I hit it, but then it broke.
Of course, hitting it will break it. And that's for CRT TVs. My laptop is obviously LCD. You don't hit these.
Stop making noise in the middle of the day, passwords and all. If you set those, it means you have something to hide, right?
No, it's for work. I have important data and documents.
You must be having an affair. You have that look about you.
Exactly. So what Della did isn't wrong at all. If you keep playing around like this, just leave the house.
I reached my limit of patience and discussed the day's events with Rodolfo and my father-in-law when they returned home. Knowing that my mother-in-law and Della were planning a trip, we came up with a plan. Several weeks later, as planned, when they returned from their trip, they came to the new house in a panic.
What's going on? Our house is empty.
It's terrible to just take things from our house like that.
Huh? I only moved the furniture I bought to this new house since we're moving here. Besides, it was you, mother-in-law, who told me to leave.
How dare you speak like that? And where's Rodolfo? It was supposed to be just Bianca leaving our house.
And why are you moving into the new house too?
If we're living together, there's no problem.
Wait, brother. What are you saying?
Who bought the furniture is irrelevant. You can just take everything from that house to this new one, which is mine. I haven't even started preparing to move.
But this new house isn't your house, mother-in-law. It's in my name.
What nonsense are you talking about?
Yeah. How does a house built by Dad become yours?
The ones who don't understand are you, Mom, and Della. Bianca earns more than me.
What?
This house was built with our money, mostly contributed by Bianca, so it's in her name.
There's no way she earns more than you. She was always just playing on the computer.
Exactly. She was just pretending to work from home.
No, I really was working from home and now I have some big projects.
And the money for Mom's living expenses was coming from Bianca's income. The reason we could replace old furniture with new ones is because Bianca paid for it.
Both my mother-in-law and Della were shocked to hear Rodolfo's explanation. In fact, I was utilizing the skills from my previous office job for home-based design work. Thanks to that, my workload gradually increased, and I started receiving larger projects. I had mentioned this to my mother-in-law several times, but she never believed me.
So what am I supposed to do for living now?
Exactly. Every time I came to visit, I used to enjoy meals and snacks.
Ah. So it was Della who kept taking the snacks I hid.
You were hiding them.
Because, Rodolfo, you eat them as soon as you find them.
Worry about my future, not the snacks.
The house you're returning to is no longer there. Get the rest of your things out quickly.
Father, what do you mean? That's our house, isn't it?
Yeah. That's our cherished family home where my brother and I grew up.
I told you about building the new house and who paid for it. Despite that, you didn't listen and were rude to Bianca.
Rude? I haven't done anything of the sort.
Right. Bianca was just playing, wasn't she?
Enough! As I said earlier, the old house is being demolished, and it's already decided. Also, I'm divorcing your mother, and I'm disowning you, Della.
Divorce? Wait a minute. You can't be serious about divorcing at this age.
Do you think I'd joke about something like that?
We'll apologize, Mom and I. We were wrong. Please don't cut ties with us. I'll apologize to Bianca too.
Yes, if we lose our family home, it'll trouble Della too. We're sorry.
We'll have nowhere to eat. It'll cost us for food, and that's a problem. So please, Dad, even if Bianca plays around, I won't say anything.
My mother-in-law and Della made apologies that sounded more like whining.
It's too late for apologies now. You can't expect us to just accept them and move on. Mom, Della, even after Dad and I warned you, you continued to do various things to my dear Bianca behind our backs.
Unbelievable. What's so fun about tormenting your own family, you fools?
I was just teaching Bianca as a mother-in-law should. Bianca must have exaggerated everything. What a troublesome person.
But I need mom and dad's support. Without it, I don't have any money. And without our family home, how will I eat? I can't cook at all, and buying food costs money.
That's why the allowance you were getting every month was also thanks to Bianca. It was Bianca's contribution to the household expenses that gave us some financial leeway. That's why we could give you part of it for your living expenses. Bianca always put on a smile and endured, but I've reached my limit. How can you not cherish someone who's been kind to you?
Exactly. When Della came over for meals, Bianca would finish work early and rush to buy ingredients for dishes Della likes. And when you were tired, Bianca prepared ready-to-eat meals for you, right?
I thought mom made those for me.
No, Bianca did. Mom just handed them to you when you were leaving, right, Mom?
Well, yes, something like that might have happened.
You didn't tell her you made those, did you?
My mother-in-law had been doing various things behind the scenes. I've heard about mother-in-law and daughter-in-law issues, but this was beyond belief. I was more astonished than angry when...
Then from now on, I'll thank Bianca properly and take the food home. That's okay, right?
I'm not making it anymore.
Why not?
If you want to eat, work and live within the means of your salary.
I don't really think about savings.
Don't you save the money from the monthly support and what you save on meals at home?
Right. You don't spend that kind of money, do you?
Normally, people buy clothes or something with the extra money.
No, they don't. Della, don't tell me. You're spending your entire salary and the money you get from home? All of it? Surely not.
I do spend it all.
Why don't you save? It's normal to save, right? Why do you spend like that?
I saw on TV. If people have money but don't spend it, the economy won't circulate and Japan will become poor or something.
Della is thinking about the world and spending her money. That's commendable.
That thinking isn't wrong, but not saving it all is counterproductive.
The economy won't be affected by Della spending a few 10,000 yen.
If you were spending millions each month, maybe it would have a bit of an impact.
Hey, it's Della's way of contributing to society. You should praise her for that.
I thought I was being strict enough.
Mother-in-law, have you always been like this?
Oh, every parent loves their child. That's normal, right?
It became clear to Rodolfo, my father-in-law, and me that my mother-in-law was the root of all the problems. However, Della, who remained spoiled even as an adult, was equally to blame.
Della is still spoiled because Mom has always coddled her, even now that she's an adult.
Della got a job right before the world turned into what it is now, right? Rodolfo and father-in-law were really worried at that time.
That's right. Many people had their job offers canceled then.
But you decided to keep working despite it being tough living alone. So when you asked for financial support, we agreed. Why did you become so dependent? That's completely different from what we discussed back then. But well, it's too late now.
What do you mean by that?
Exactly as I said. This house is for Rodolfo, father-in-law, and me to live in. From now on, father-in-law will divorce, and Della will be disowned. That's the reality. Well, it's karma, right, father-in-law? Rodolfo?
Exactly. People who disrupt others' efforts shouldn't expect only good things to happen.
Right. This is the result of always relying on others and not trying to be independent.
Now that I think about it, Della being spoiled and mother-in-law giving her extra money.
Well, having money is better, right?
Mom, how can you make Della into such a useless person?
So it's mom's fault I ended up like this.
Della, you're equally guilty for being so spoiled. If you had any independence, you'd refuse the extra money.
If you can get something, you should take it, right?
Think about your age. You're an adult and still taking pocket money from parents. Bianca has been sending money to her parents since she started working.
Parents usually save up the money we send back to them. Mother-in-law and Della. Everything you've done so far has borne no fruit at all. Della struggled to become independent and stabilize her life. This was due to my mother-in-law's excessive indulgence and Della's own naive mindset. The overindulgent mother-in-law and the financially dependent sister-in-law no longer needed to be part of the family, having firmly made up our minds. So please, it's time for you to leave. Oh, and by the way, I'll be billing you for the full cost of the laptop and other peripherals you broke.
What? Why? The laptop, and there were other devices too. Right.
Who broke them again?
I just thought if I gave it a shock, it might start working.
Who was it?
It was me, but
You're equally guilty for just watching and not stopping her, mother-in-law.
Unbelievable. Damaging such important work equipment.
This happens because you never listen properly to what people say.
Please forgive me. I'll pay for the damages and won't disturb Bianca's work anymore.
me too. Next time I want to borrow the computer, I'll ask first.
Oh, we won't be living together anymore, so no interruptions is a relief.
This will help Della become independent. It's a good thing.
This is a good opportunity for you too, Mom, to stop spoiling Della and rethink things.
Thus, my mother-in-law and Della were kicked out of the house. My mother-in-law, having lost her home, stayed temporarily in Della's small apartment. However, the two adults didn't have enough money for living expenses and had to borrow money. Della, prioritizing fashion, had chosen an expensive apartment. Eventually, unable to afford the rent, they faced eviction due to arrears. Della's company, undergoing downsizing, laid off employees. Della, having not worked diligently and lacking notable achievements, lost her job. Now unemployed and homeless, they found a live-in part-time job. The job offered little time off, low pay, and a tiny 6-tatami room for both to live in. With rent deducted from their wages, they couldn't afford much and led a miserable life. As for us, time to start preparing dinner. Oh, father-in-law, what are you doing?
Hey, Bianca. I thought you might be busy, so I decided to cook today using this cookpad site.
Wow, thank you, father-in-law. It looks delicious.
I'm home. Wow, what's that great smell?
Welcome back, Rodolfo. Look, father-in-law cooked for us.
What? Dad cooked. It looks really good.
All right. Now that everyone's here, let's eat.
Recently, my father-in-law developed an interest in cooking and would prepare meals when he had the time. At first, I felt bad, but seeing him enjoy it, I let him take over when he could. Rodolfo continued to help more than ever with household chores like folding laundry. Honestly, even working from home, I don't have time for housework during work hours. Without my mother-in-law's demands, I could focus much more on my work. But I know this isn't something to take for granted. Without relying too much on Rodolfo and father-in-law's kindness, I try to do what I can. Always grateful to them, I continue to live happily each day.
My name is Noah, a corporate employee working as a system engineer. Although my job might seem serious, the workplace is actually quite friendly and harmonious. I've been leading a fulfilling life and, for the first time since high school, I returned to my parents' house. The reason is, I just came to tell you that in getting married.
No way. A woman willing to marry you, brother? Does such a person even exist in this world? Her lack of judgment is beyond belief. That's hilarious.
True, considering Dorian is so talented and handsome.
I sometimes wonder if you're really our son.
The marriage isn't a lie.
Stop bragging. It's just lame.
Besides, getting married before Dorian. Don't act foolishly even as an adult.
Exactly, Noah. As the older brother, you should be considerate of your younger sibling.
This is my family. My parents and my younger brother, Dorian. My parents have always paid more attention to Dorian since we were kids. Fed up with this, I leveraged the knowledge I gained in high school to secure a job. The company provided employee housing, so I left home as soon as I graduated from high school. Believe it or not, I just wanted to let you know. So, I'm off now.
Hey, wait. At least show us what she looks like.
That's right, Noah. It's strange to report such news without even showing your family a picture.
Yes, show us her face. We want to see.
Her name is Lisa, a wonderful woman. She's very kind and gentle. Her father, I think he mentioned he's a business owner.
What? Seriously? She's the daughter of a CEO? How did you even meet someone like that? And to think you're getting married.
That was through work. Hey, don't just grab my phone.
Huh, she's actually pretty attractive.
Indeed, but if she's this pretty, it could be a marriage scam.
Exactly. It would be such a disgrace to be deceived.
Just give it back. I'm leaving now. I took back my phone, which had been looked at without my permission, and decided to head home. Having made the report, I probably won't need to visit my parents' house unless something urgent comes up. As I walked through the city with a sense of relief, I ran into.
Oh my, isn't that Noah? It's been a few days.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, accept me already. If you do, you could take over my dad's company, right? You could become the CEO.
No.
Brother, you shouldn't argue with such a lovely lady. Hello, I'm his younger brother, Dorian.
Nice to meet you. You're charming too.
Thank you. Would you like to have tea with me? Maybe we could continue afterwards.
Oh well, I guess I'll go with my cute brother-in-law.
Dorian, who suddenly appeared, went off somewhere with Opal, who usually bothers me. I was surprised by how quickly things unfolded and thought, what was that all about? But decided not to dwell on it and headed home. After a while, I received a call from Dorian and decided to answer.
Bro, is that you? It's me, Dorian.
I know. What's up?
Sorry, bro, I've got myself into a bit of trouble. I got my fiancée pregnant.
So, you're getting married then? Congratulations.
How can you be so calm about this? The fiancée I'm talking about is your fiancée, man.
Dorian called me with the nonsensical news that he got my fiancée, Lisa, pregnant. What? What are you talking about?
Well, maybe it's fate. Ever since that night we spent together. Turns out, your fiancée and I are a perfect match. So, it's an unavoidable situation. Just accept it, okay?
Accept it. Dorian, what the?
Too bad, but the position of the next company president is mine now. I know it's tough, but these things don't matter among brothers.
Oh, well, when life is on the line, I guess I can understand your point.
Come on. No need to act tough. I'm your brother, after all. I can listen if you're feeling sad.
I'm not sad or anything.
What? You're pretty cold, huh? Is this your pride as an older brother? It just makes you look pitiful, you know?
Could you at least listen to what I have to say?
Sure, I'll listen. After all, I'm the one who took her from you. But let's face the hard truth. She's pregnant, and actually, we're already married. So give it up, okay?
I was confused by what Dorian was saying, so I decided to explain. What are you talking about? I'm currently having my wedding ceremony abroad with my fiancée.
Come on, bro. I get that it's hard, but don't run away from reality. My fiancée is right here next to me.
So, do you think a video call would help you understand? Sorry, but could you say hello?
Sure. Oh, hello. I'm Lisa, Noah's wife.
What? Who is this woman? Isn't your fiancée Opal?
Why would you think it was her? Besides, you only reacted to the title initially. You never really listened to what I was saying.
Who's this Opal person?
Why, man. The girl in the pictures on your phone is Opal. So, you're cheating, huh? Opal was just your fling.
No, and not cheating. That girl is just, well, she's been following me around. She's quite persistent. I was even considering talking to the police, so I saved her picture on my phone.
Ah, that person. You were really troubled by her recently, right? Dorian? Thank you for taking her away from Noah.
Are you making fun of me? But this woman is still a CEO's daughter, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Don't get cocky. Don't think you've won just because you're plain and unimpressive.
Hey, you. Even if you are Noah's brother, if you say anything more, I, for one, will never forgive you. We're about to start the ceremony. So please never contact us again.
After saying that, Lisa abruptly ended the video call. However, she soon returned to her usual kind demeanor. Lisa and I had a happy and peaceful wedding ceremony, enjoyed some sightseeing, and then returned to Japan. A few days after coming back.
It's all your fault my life is messed up now, big bro. Take responsibility.
That's right, Noah. You're the one to blame.
As the eldest son, you need to take responsibility.
Not just your brother, you deceived me too.
What? I don't understand what you're saying. If you're going to disturb my blissful married life, then leave, and don't just show up unannounced. It's a nuisance.
Talk back.
Exactly. You should listen to what your parents say.
We were enjoying some quiet time. Can you please not make a fuss? Besides, are you sure it's safe to be with that woman?
What do you mean?
That woman has been embezzling money from her father's company. Moreover, she's apparently in debt to some rather dangerous people.
Huh. How do you know all that?
Unlike you, I've studied a lot as a CEO's daughter. My father's company is big, so I get to hear various behind-the-scenes information.
Are you saying my brother set me up with her on purpose?
I have no idea. But just so you know, the pregnancy was a lie she made up to trap you.
But now that you've registered your marriage, it must be tough for your family. It's probably too late even if you've realized it now.
Too late for what?
It's about the debt collectors coming after her from the group she borrowed money from. I know someone there, so I'll take you to meet them. Ha ha ha.
A large, muscular man suddenly appeared, surprising both my parents, Dorian and Opal.
Thank you, Oliver.
No problem.
Who is this guy with the huge voice and body?
Whoa! Hey, let go of me!
Wowoo!
Eek, help us.
Lisa, who is this superhuman-like man?
He's like my father's security personnel, well, kind of like a special forces person. Since Noah will be a future CEO, you need to learn and gain knowledge about these things.
I didn't know such a world existed.
Yes, they say the world is small, but even in a small world, so many things happen. There are so many different people. We have to live our lives among them. I want to be happy with Noah, eventually have cute children. Say him off to work and then come home saying him back. And build our life while living it.
Finding happiness in such a simple life? That's the idea.
Exactly. Happiness is different for everyone, but at least unlike these people. Who misuse company money for fun, get into debt. Parents who don't cherish Noah and just do whatever they want. And a brother who would easily steal Noah's fiancée. Aren't such people unnecessary in Noah's life? After all, Noah has me.
Yeah, that's right. I have my beloved Lisa. Lisa's pointed words made me suddenly realize something. Mom, Dad, Dorian. Even though I left home on my own, I always felt something was bothering me. But I never really understood what it was. But now, with Lisa's words, I get it.
You finally understand the importance of family and want to live together in this big house, huh?
No, it's the opposite. I'm done considering you all as my family. When I decided to marry Lisa, I thought I should tell you in person instead of over the phone. But now I realize I shouldn't have bothered. I've long since stopped caring about you all.
Stopped caring? What do you mean?
That's right, Noah. You're going to be a CEO. So you should show gratitude for being raised by us and send money home every month.
Yes, Noah. Happiness should be shared by everyone. It's for our retirement, so let's say about 1,000,000 yen a month. Half for me and half for your father. That's fair, isn't it?
I won't be doing anything for you in the future.
That's right. Even though their eldest son was destined to become the CEO of a big company, they ruined it themselves. A classic case of reaping what you sow.
Lisa's words made me realize that if my parents had treated Dorian and me the same, we wouldn't be in this situation. Sensing my realization, Lisa said,
I told Dorian clearly during the last video call, didn't I? If he said anything more to Noah, I would never forgive him. Did you forget?
Yeah, you said something. But being scolded by such a beautiful woman is welcome. What exactly are you going to do to me?
It's probably just an empty threat, right?
Even in this situation, a fool remains a fool.
How dare you? Did you just call my Dorian a fool?
Yes, I did. Didn't you hear? Shall I say it again?
Ack, what can a cheeky little girl like you do?
You fools. Lisa is the daughter of the CEO of KST Trading, and I have been personally appointed by the CEO as her bodyguard. Picking a fight with her. You're a family of daredevils who don't know fear.
You're the daughter of KST Trading CEO?
Yes, I am. You're the daughter of the CEO of Dame Corporation, right? My father has a wide range of businesses, so I hate to say this, but it's easy for us to erase the existence of your company.
Opal, she's that powerful?
The status is my father's. But he's extremely doting. So he indulges all my whims. So if I carelessly say, let's crush Dame Corporation, then surely. Oh my. I can't believe I said crush.
What the? Noah's wife is freaking scary.
You can't be serious about destroying the company. That's my spending money. What am I going to do if I can't have fun anymore?
Lisa showed a smile, but there was a clear flame of anger on her back. Despite being overwhelmed by her demeanor, everyone responded.
I didn't say anything unnecessary to my brother.
Right. I mean, he'll stop using the company's money from now on.
From now on, well respect Noah, who has married a wonderful wife.
But don't forget to send us 1 million yen every month. You're our child, after all.
Oh boy, do these people not understand Japanese, or do they lack comprehension? This is astonishing.
It seems we can't understand each other. I'm a pacifist. So I would have preferred to resolve this through discussion.
Didn't you just say you were going to destroy our company?
That was a what-if scenario. But it might become reality if things continue like this. However, the CEO of Dame Corporation is very dedicated to his work. So don't worry, the company won't be destroyed. But you, on the other hand, will be ruined.
Me?
That's right. It's only fair, since you lied about being pregnant.
And start acting like you're on Lisa's side all of a sudden. And Mom and Dad, I'm not sending you 1 million yen every month.
Why not? We're your parents. It's only natural to receive it.
Yes, the amount is reasonable, isn't it?
Noah's parents, you've been spouting silly jokes this whole time.
Sorry, Lisa, they're not joking. They're serious. It's embarrassing.
Why should Noah feel embarrassed? Noah is Noah. Even if they are your real family, sometimes things just don't work out. And you can't trust or confide in them. Noah, you said it earlier, you don't consider them your family anymore.
When you stand strong, your life can change dramatically.
With Lisa and Oliver's support, I felt a complete sense of liberation. Mom, Dad, and Dorian, this is the last time I'll refer to you like this. And Opal, if you do anything more, I will really go to the police.
Wait, no. We were wrong.
Yes, so how about 800,000 yen for the monthly support then?
Brother, he'll try to admire you more.
Please, don't go to the police.
No need to admire me. And if you don't want trouble with the police, stop bothering me.
Noah, you can just cut ties with your family.
Be quiet, will you?
Eek!
Everyone here is so scary.
Brother, from now on let's get along better as siblings.
No thanks. I'm completely cutting ties. Take care, everyone. Afterward, Opal and Dorian, who had been spending money together, were faced with claims for damages related to embezzlement from their father's company. They also had to repay the money they borrowed from the group. With no job or money, the two ended up taking work provided by the group. They are now living a miserable life, with no idea when they can leave this situation. The parents, who had been recklessly spending money thinking Dorian was married to a company president's daughter, had maxed out their credit cards and couldn't borrow more due to failed credit checks. Unable to pay their rent, they were evicted from their home. No one knows where they are or how they're living now. As for me, well, so, Oliver, you were scouted by Lisa's dad?
Yep. A car was coming fast, so I tackled it to protect him. The boss wasn't harmed, but that car was totaled.
Oliver is so strong because he works out a lot.
No, Lisa, that's the part where you're supposed to be amazed. I was living a happy married life with Lisa. We plan to have children soon, and I was studying hard to take over the company. We were determined to live a happier life than anyone else. Lisa and I made many promises to each other. Lisa, a bit of an airhead but bright and good with people, had already become friends with our neighbors. I vowed not to be outdone by Lisa and to enjoy our new life. I committed to becoming a man who could protect our family with all my might. As I made these strong vows to myself, I was soothed once again today by Lisa's happy smile.